Hello guys and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now today the match previews return for the new season. It's Luton Town versus Norwich City in the Carabao Cup. But before I get on with the video guys, can we drop a like on this video? Can we smash 80 likes for this video? That is the like target for today's video. Comment down below your score predictions down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And guys, if you'd like to become a member of my channel, then click the link down below. You get exclusive perks if you guys want to become a member. So let's get on with the video. So what's currently at stake between both teams? Well, Luton stayed in the Championship last season. Norwich have just been relegated from the Premier League. So this game is going to be a very competitive game for Luton. It's going to be a good test. So from my Luton's perspective, this is a really good game to kickstart our season. Norwich, I'm not too sure if I'm honest. They've got 15 players out on international duty, but they still have a very strong squad. But do they want a cup run? Do they want to achieve in this competition? I'm not too sure. I think for Norwich, their main objective is to go back to the Premier League. So I feel like the league is much more of a priority for both teams. For Luton, I do think it's a competitive game which will help us for the season, which will help us start the season as strong as possible, because you want to play the best teams and you want to compete with the best. So if you can do that against Norwich, then you can compete well with other teams in the league. So when was the last time these two teams played each other in a competitive game? Not in a pre-season match. And yes, I do remember the pre-season game where Norwich beat us by a lot. But we're not going to talk about that game. We are going to talk about the game back in 2013 in a competitive game where Luton beat Norwich 1-0 in the FA Cup. A fantastic day for Luton, a day to forget for Norwich. So, what are the talking points for this game? Well, both teams may treat this like a pre-season game because it's the last game before the season actually starts in the league. So both teams may look at this and think, right, we can go into this game with the mentality that it's a pre-season game. And that's what I think both teams are going to do. Nathan Jones in his interview did say that he wants to compete and he wants to win. And that's what I like to hear, because I feel like you should be able to compete in every competition. I've got very strong morals on that. But obviously for both teams, the league is more important. Norwich want to win promotion back to the Premier League. Luton want to stay away from those relegation places. So the league is more important, but a cup run could be wonderful. Speaking about a cup run, will both teams want a cup run this season? Obviously with fans not being able to attend in the stadiums, having a cup run this season probably won't be the same like any other season. So if Luton was to win, I don't know, 4 games in this competition, we are very likely going to play a Premier League side at some point. So with fans not being able to attend, is it worth going on a cup run? Let me know down below. Would you still like a cup run even though we can't attend games? Or do you feel like you should just get knocked out of this competition and just focus about the league? And that's the same with Norwich City fans as well, if you're watching. Another interesting talking point to talk about is Norwich have 15 players on international duty, which means their squad is going to be a tad weaker. But they've still got a very strong team, Hugo up front, who's going to cause so many problems. They've got a very talented squad of players, and it doesn't matter if they've got 15 players missing, because their squad is still capable of causing plenty of problems, and it will still be a good test for Luton. Luton don't have many players on international duty. We only have the 2, Tom Lockyer and Simeon Sluga, so we're not that weak compared to Norwich. Another interesting talking point is that normally when it's the final game before the season starts, you normally as a supporter know what type of system and what type of team we're going to be playing with for the start of the season. So whatever formation or whatever starting 11 plays in this game, it's very likely that they're going to start the first competitive game in the season. Most of the time that's how it is in most years I've watched Luton. I don't know if it's the same for Norwich. But for me, when I see that final starting 11, it doesn't change too much for the first competitive game into the season. And normally the formation and the tactics normally stay the same as well. Another interesting talking point is that you get to see the new signings in a competitive fixture. How well do they settle in? Obviously, we do see them in pre-season friendlies, but friendlies are not that competitive. This is a competitive game. So we are going to see signings in a competitive game for the first time. So it'd be interesting to see how well like the new signings for both teams do in this game. Apart from that, there's not much talking points for this game because it's the first game into the season. There's not much to talk about, so it's really hard to think of talking points to bring up. But if we look at the head-to-head record between Luton and Norwich, Norwich only just beat Luton. They've won 3 more times than what Luton have done, so it's quite even in terms of head-to-head battle. What type of system which Norwich are going to play in this game against Luton? I'm guessing a 4-2-3-1. They played that formation a lot in the Premier League. I believe they used that formation to win promotion to the Premier League when they were in the Championship. So I can't see them like changing it, if I'm honest. What is my score prediction for this game against Norwich? I'm going with a 2-1 Norwich win. I don't think we're going to win it. I feel like we're going to be competitive, which is what I like to see. But I feel like Norwich are too strong for us and they will get the win. Obviously, I would like us to progress in this competition, but against Norwich it's very difficult. But we do have the home advantage. But then again, with it being behind closed doors, is it really a home advantage? The starting 11, which I think Nathan Jones is going to pick, is Shane Goal, right back James Bree, the centre back partnership of Matty Pearson and Sonny Bradley, left back Reece Norrington Davis. I reckon we're going to play a 4-3-3. So in that 3-man midfield, Glenn Ray, Pelly Ruddock and Luke Berry, and then as the 3 attackers, I'm going to go with Lawar, James Collins and Clark. So that is my predicted starting 11. So there you have it, guys. That is the end of the video. Not much to talk about, but a few talking points to bring up. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like on this video. Comment down below your score predictions for this game. And also let me know, would you still like a cup run despite fans not being able to attend at this moment in time? Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Don't forget to follow me across all my social media if you haven't done already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.